and beyond!
Hello friends, my name is Coyote and welcome back to Infinity and Beyond. So last episode we realized that our crushed stone may potentially be an issue. So we're going to have to go ahead and deal with that. And you know what, I was thinking off camera, we've established that about half of our iron plate goes straight into... Oh my god, what's this? What the hell? Oh, look at that sexy new skin for iron ore. Alrighty then. I thought for a second there that might be like stereotype that was somehow on the belt, but that is really nice looking. I like it. Oh, and look at the other ones too. Like same thing with coal and I wonder if this is the HD packs that I just never enabled, because like for the longest time they were enabled in the files, and you just had to drag them over to the placeholder. But I never bothered to do so because, well, I mean, whatever. But that is pretty nice looking. That is pretty nice looking. But yes, what I was saying is that we've established that about half of our iron is going straight into sulfur. Be curious to see if we can actually... Yeah, because that's about a yellow belt, right? So... Let's calculate that first before I go ahead and make a rash decision over here. So, sulfur, fluids... Okay, production U. So how much are you producing overall? So it's 8.8. And 8.8 a minute, which means 8.8 divided by 60, which... Oh, sorry, that's the wrong numbers. Divided by 60. So that's 146. Let's call it 147 per second. Now, how much does that cost? Divided by 50. So that's 3 iron plates a second. Yeah, so that's 3 iron plates a second. Are we capped up on... Oh, we're capped up. Alright, well. That kind of follows my plan there. Like, I wish I could see how much is actually getting past here. What if I just act as a vacuum and just suck it all up? So, like... let's upgrade these to red so that we can accurately see what's going on. Let's grab a few splitters, because I've been crafting them for the last few games, or the last few episodes. Even better, I don't even need to craft the yellow ones. Okay, we got our red ones. So, now, let's see what's what. That should be able to... There we go, okay, so that's what I wanted. So, I mean, that's pretty much a yellow belt, right? It's a little bit more. We'll call it like a yellow belt and a sixth. But that's a yellow belt. And a yellow belt is 15 items times 30 times 60. So that's 900. Yeah, so if this if this like extra step that we're doing over here in the leaching plants isn't somehow... go away! Let me just close my Discord real quick. We have an upcoming battle this Sunday, right? So an upcoming battle this Sunday, a biter battle with JD Plays channel, and well, everyone's trying to like actively get plans and see what's going on. All right. Anyway, so back to the task at hand. So you are irrelevant. But you, however, are relevant. So if this guy doesn't produce 50% more, we know that we can ultimately just skip that entire task and use him as a bypass. So like for the extra sulfur, we just go ahead and make it into these leaching plants. But otherwise, we could just focus on these flotation cells, which would reduce our load by quite a bit. Okay, so over here we have... That's 3 iron plate. Or that's 3 iron ore, right? Because 4 pellets and 1 ingot? Nugget? Nugget. And 1 nugget produces 1 iron ore. This guy produces 4 for 5. Huh. So it's actually not worth it. Oh wait, he takes 8 and he takes 6. Oh, that just skewed the numbers a little bit then. So he's producing 1 iron ore per chunk, or per like 2 chunks, sorry, because he's producing 3 iron ore for 6 chunks, whereas this guy is producing, it's 5 to 8, so that's like not a really nice number. So he's producing, what's that, like 1 2/5? Is that right? He's producing 1, 4, so times 2. We're producing 1.25. I don't know why I wasn't able to do that. It's a really easy equation. 1.25 per 2. Okay, so that's definitely not worth it. Because that's a 25% increase. Well, la-di-da. Look at that. Ratios just solved us an entire extra step. Isn't that interesting? So that's pretty easy. This thing just needs to do that then. Alright. I'm liking today a lot more. Well, actually this guy we can't do it. Because like the sulfur is not built to handle it that way. So we'll do this for now. But that the one that we're going to go ahead and build, because we freed up all this space over here, is most definitely not going to have leaching plants. I mean, there's going to be one of these arrays that has an overflow for leaching plants, just in the event that like we have way too much sulfur coming in. We need to clarify it somehow, right? Like we need to use it, not clarify it. Clarify, I mean we just like throw it into the ether. But we need to use it somehow. So we're going to use it by pushing it into this bypass. I think the most important thing, if ever you decide to tackle angels or Bob, well, I think mainly more angels, is, I mean, ratios are definitely a thing, but it gets to a certain point where, like, you just need bypasses for everything. And if you don't put bypasses, your system will continuously keep on halting, and you'll continuously keep on chasing the dragon, and the people will yell at you, and then you will argue that, no, it is fine, it's just because we need this one extra step, and you are going to be the worst. You are going to be the worst. So let's go see what we have over here. Mind you, we actually should set up the mine first, right? I'm trying to decide in what order I want to do this whole thing. Let's set up the mine and we'll set up step by step and then go from there. That seems like it makes a little bit more sense to me. So turn to 17. And obviously I have all the resources, so let's start making rails, because we're going to need rails, because that's like a pretty long distance. Just for belts to do their thing. Plus who knows, maybe we want more than just a few belts, and we don't have iron, so I don't want to be using more iron for belts and like increasing the amount. You know what, I have the greatest neighbors ever. I don't know if you can hear that, but every single time I decide to record anything, they're just like, you know what? Let me take out the lawnmower and let me just like put it up to Coyote's window, please. These units that I live in are so close together that unfortunately there's no privacy in that sense. It's pretty private units. I mean, it's a very conservative area, but they're just... I mean, it astonishes me. Like at 10 in the morning, I'm woken up by lawnmowers, and then at noon there was more lawnmowing going on, and then like right now I'm recording and it's 6 p.m. And someone's freaking cutting his grass again! Like, God! How much grass is there to cut? Like, the gardens in this area are really small. It takes like 5 minutes, if even that. Alright, anyway. I ran over there because I wanted electric mining drills. So why don't we grabbed electric mining drills, so that's good. I mean, 200 is going to probably, well, it's going to get us started for sure. And then I just need some belts, because otherwise, how am I going to transport all them resources to the train that we're building? Speaking of a train, let's also get our stations. Steel, right? Is that what I'm missing? It is not steel. It is iron. Not sure what I was expecting there. So let's get rid of you. Not sure how I have more copper. 2's gonna be fine. Burner inserter. Get out of my inventory. Sand can go too. Wood can go. This extra coal can go. And then we're grabbing some inserters for the unload. And you know what? I just honestly do wood for the pickups, because oftentimes the trains are gonna have more than enough time. Or sorry, the train stations are gonna have more than enough time to go ahead and reload themselves as the train is going to its destination and coming back. Fight me in the comments about that if you disagree, but I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, you just have to have enough stored up for a wagon, right? So if you have 2 trains, different subject. And then on top of that, if you're if by the time that your train goes to its destination and comes back and the station isn't full again, then you know that that station just can't even support 1 train. So there's absolutely no point in adding a second train. So I mean, hopefully it's not a bottleneck because you used the wrong belts or something like that, but oftentimes it just comes down to there's not enough throughput in that entire patch, so there's no point. At which point, upgrading to higher tier chests is pointless once again. So I mean, that's just my 2 cents about that. For the offload though, right? So like its destination, I definitely use steel chests. I use like what realistically I have on hand. So I'm probably going to use some iron chests because I have a bunch of iron chests. Because you want to store up as many resources as possible. So if for some reason this train that we're going to be building over here is held up, you want to be storing a little bit up there, right? Alright, so how do we want to have this set up? Actually, why am I doing this like a plebeian over here? I have bots. Let them bots do the stuff. Let's just turn on our roboport. There we go. Okay, so as they're doing their job, what I think I want to do I mean, I don't know how big this thing is going to be. That's the problem. So I'm going to like set this up and only to realize that it's like way off its mark. I think like about this area should be good. Already? We're already starting with this? Come on. There. You happy? What was that? They just like didn't want to do it. They're like, nah. You made us wait. We're good. We don't want none of this. We're going on strike. Long live the people. I will crush any revolt. Skynet will not be a thing. Alright, so you. Okay, so you are middle. You are one further, which means that you're going to be this, and then you should be the overlap, if I am not mistaken. Let's just copy this real quick so we don't have to go ahead and plop it down again, because I think... Yeah, there we go. You can see that's middle there. Excellent. And then let's just grab it and flip it. And we're good to go. So now we don't have to hand lay it, which I think is pretty neat. Are you properly aligned? You don't look properly aligned. You like need to be there. That was probably so wrong, and it totally was. I'm gonna just quickly get rid of that. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to setting up mines. Doesn't really matter, honestly. You'll look at like a lot of the speedrunners do it, and they're just like if that's where they happen to have dropped down that mine, that's where it's gonna be. It's like, all right, the miner's going there. Which once again is why I have such a hard time with like speedrunners. I mean, there's some like ratios that you could totally respect, and they're just like meh. And at the end of the day, they're beating the game a lot faster than I possibly could. So there's some logic to it. I reject that logic and substitute my own. Okay, so that side's done. Huh, that actually wasn't that many. Oh, they're not placed down. I was gonna say, that's not actually that many electric miners. So we might have been okay with 200. I feel like this thing is way bigger than 200 though. Look at my little boss just going crazy. You're crazy. Okay. And I guess I could squeeze that one in, right? And like these edge pieces are fine. I need to leave something to trigger people, right? So like this little sliver right here is gonna be left just for you guys. All right, butts. Do me proud. So now let's start thinking about our rail once again while they're doing this, because I'm gonna at some point I'm gonna expand, right? I think, like. Except if I just can't hold back these disasters and find like a much better planet, then odds are I'm just going to secure up this base and expand at some point. I would think. Is that crazy to think? I'm actually not too sure. I feel like that might be a little bit crazy because if these disasters spawn on the rails, how do I fix it? I would have to have like a gigantic construction like area or a construction. I always struggle to say what I want to call these things. Let's just call it bot zone, logistics system, because it's not logistic. It's the construction system. We'll just call it bot coverage. I'd have to have like a gigantic bot coverage, which then would mean that they're like super inefficient, which is going to cost me that much more resources. Because if the bot has to come like halfway across the map, I mean, he's going to get sniped anyway. Because there's no way that like whatever disaster dies, because I would have to have defenses absolutely everywhere. Okay, so maybe that's completely unrealistic. I'm still going to end all that, like this entire conversation, just because I'm debating if I want to do a two-rail system or just like a monorail, given that it's just going to be like these two over here, like these two patches. But the thing is, it's so close that it's almost, I don't know, not sure how I feel about that. We'll see. Maybe I'm going to end up like realizing that I really didn't want that, and then we could, I mean, I guess at that point we can get rid of it. We can always have like two of them, right? Did you run out of miners? You totally ran out of miners. Alrighty then, that can go away. And this can go away. That's all good. This is all great. That's good as well. Now we just need to plug it into power to see if it actually is like everything's running properly. So let's do our rails and go from there. So I'm thinking we have this. We have like two stations. We have one station here, goes back up, one station there. It just feels like I'm putting way too much infrastructure for it. Okay, we'll put the train here, just what I'm comfortable with anyway. And we'll think about it. We'll think about the like how we want to integrate the other part later on. This is probably like way too close actually. Like there. Okay, so train. I can't remember if we said we'd do like a specific size, so I'm just going to go with like a very basic 1 to 4 to 1. Which I don't have at all, but it doesn't matter because we don't need the train just yet. We're going to need it in a bit though. Let's have you go further out then. Yeah, that kind of feels like in the middle, right? Alright, so these wooden chests. 1, 2, 3, 4. So. Nope. And last one. Excellent. Okay, that's exactly what I need. And these are probably gonna have to get upgraded at some point to stack inserters, just like as our iron production grows. But right now, our iron isn't looking too great. So spending the non-existent iron is a problem. Like, look, right now I don't even have the power poles for this. Bring me some steel and green chips and iron plates and copper plates, and I feel like I need a lot of brick to build things in this like particular mod pack. So bricks, and lastly we'll do the road ports again. Okay, so these guys are on their way. They're gonna bring me some resources. Or maybe they're not. There they are. Okay, don't be like stopping every 10 seconds to refuel, alright? Be cool and do it in like one trip. I gave you so much coverage. Well, I gave you some coverage. Dang it! That was pretty fast. They're gonna like trickle over. That's fine. You know what we could probably do? We can get a little bit closer. Let's like follow the road ports back up the stream. Hey, logistic bats. What you want? You want my wood? And copper? Come on, you gotta take me out on a date before you just like grab my wood like that. I like a little romance in my life, you know? Okay, so that's going to be a good amount of that. I mean, anyway, that's all I need for now, anyway. So that's pretty good. Look at that. Our power is so depleted in our armor because everything's induction based. Well, there's like those 2 solar panels, but most of it is induction based. So I noticed because I was looking at the full in time. Like 2 minutes is pretty high. But that to me just means that we need to get some Mark II personal batteries. Because that's, I mean, the existing thing's not like super great. Okay guys, look, you're here. I will give you this stuff. Grab it. But I'm not going to stand here for too long. And it's a constant flow of bots. Alright, well maybe this is going to be a really bad idea. Because you're going to want to like absolutely get rid of all that. Maybe. Maybe you guys can do it. I mean, that gives me like 6 extra slots, right? I mean, I filled my inventory so freaking fast that those slots are gold to me. I can't be the only player that uses this trash as extra slots. Please tell me other people have issues with their inventories and like I'm not just the lone wolf on this one. I'm like the black sheep of inventories. Alright, they're all kind of charging up at this point, so that's fine. That's like more than enough. So let's just go into our construction zone so that our logistic bots de-aggro us. There we go. Go do whatevs. Go back to the base. Go recharge. Actually, they're going to be pretty close, so if we need them again... I mean, they at least should have started recharging down here, because they're not being used for anything else, right? So they'll just go to the closest room port and just remain idle there. Alright, so... you are looking pretty good, pretty nifty if I do say so myself. Did I not get any iron? Oh, I guess it's not being stored because we have no iron. Makes sense. Don't know why I would have questioned that. Alright, so, and I know you guys enjoy ratios, so ratio time! Let's see. 42 is above a yellow belt. 80 is over a red belt. So maybe we do, that's 79. So together that's 160. 159 if you want to be exact. So I feel like see total, how much? 290. Oh wait, what am I on? No, red belts are 30 miners. No, they're 60 miners. So 290, that's 10 belts, so that's 5 red belts. We have 4 wagons though. What if I do this? 374. Alright, well, we know we need red belts out of this thing. So that's like the extent of the knowledge that I can go off of. So let's say 80. So let's say 1 here. Luckily, I grabbed some splitters. Let's just put you a little bit lower because I'm not really swimming in yellow belts just right now. Okay, how about you? Are you doing good, sir? You're 40. So you have to be 2. Well, that kind of puts us in a jam, though, because this guy is going to be like 1, and then you're going to be the... you know what? I don't have, like, a ridiculous amount of belts, so we'll go with that. I'm not crazy happy about it, but, like, I mean, it'll be fine. Let's just pull you up there. Let's pull you there. Let's put you maybe, like, 1 higher, and then what we could do is, like, the offload is going to go there. So you do this, you do that. Knew that was gonna happen. Knew it. I don't know why I was thinking to myself, like, I have enough belts. No, Coyote. You, in fact, do not. So you must use red belts. Something that you do not like using if they are not needed. You, however, might be needed. Because, like, past 30... Okay, so you're going to be, like, needed there. Ish. So that's going to give us all the yellow belt we're going to need, actually. Look at that. It's almost like it was preordained. These guys are immediately taking all my belts. They're like, nah. We're going to use it for things. You don't need to know what. Are we good? There we go. Oh, you're actually kind of digging into the stereotype over here, huh? That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I say it's fine because it's fine. And the only place a balancer is ever needed. And honestly, it's not. Well, that's off. Like, you don't need a balancer here. It's you would have to put some circuitry otherwise. So, like, this is like the one spot that... Oh my god, I don't even have undergrounds. Well, damn. Well, at least we could plug these things in. Good, good. One more, and then we just plug everything in. So we'll run back. We'll run back and we'll go ahead. So my phone just went off, and I always find it hilarious when I'm watching videos and like someone's Skype or something like pops, because it's always the same sounds, right? Like it's the default sounds, and I immediately look over to usually my phone and I'm like, oh, didn't I just hear something though? To say I did you a favor. I mentioned to you that it wasn't your phone. So you're not popular. I am. Alright? I want to clarify that. Okay, well, I really want to... Like, I don't want to have to... remember to put these things down. So what we'll do is this. I need to grab the other side. There we go. Okay, so when I'm going to have these things and run back down here, like, everything will be great. Everything will be great and dandy and all of the above. Let's use some wooden power poles. I mean, why not? We've used them so far. So that's connected. And let's make sure that all these guys are connected. You can see it with these blue lines over here that none of them are. Because unfortunately, small power poles are just one short of being able to connect to each other. In this layout, though. Alright, you're good there. Alright. Well, why is that not connecting? What, it's too cool to connect? What, you think you're better than me? Actually, why is that not connecting? Oh, no! Ah, dang it. My blueprint was off. Well, that freaking sucks. I should have overlapped it. Why didn't I overlap it? God, I'm an idiot sometimes. And you're like upside down anyway. Alright, okay. So like now you're connected? Yes. Let's just connect you up north. Obviously I don't have any of those, so... So that's unfortunate. It's okay. We will just do this, because we are smart individuals. And that's going to do just fine. So that's good, that's good. That's not connected. That now is, that now is, that now is. That is connected. That's great. And you're connected. Okay. Let's just double check that everything's connected. Yep. Everything looks great. Everything is awesome. I mean, the more I look at this, the less this was useful. I could have just done it a few other ways. Well, actually, no, because we put the red belt there, so actually it does make sense. Alright. Justified. You're connected. You're good. You're good. You're good. Okay. So that should be good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, we also have roboports. So... And we're going to need to go ahead and set up some coverage over here. Is there like a million things in my way? Come on, get out of here. So we have to set up some coverage because once again, disasters might spawn in this area, right? So, let's just, you're there. So put one there. Put one there, I think should fit. And then one last one over here. And then we have all-around coverage there. So that thing should get filled out at some point. As well as this guy is going to get completed, so that's great. So we're just going to pull this up. Because that's where our... There we go. So it's just missing one. Wasn't that neat? And obviously, I don't have any big power poles. That's not as neat. That does not bring us pleasure. Boom. We still need to connect it though. So let's get that connected. Connected and going. Okay, yeah, you're starting to get me very worried over here. I'm starting to feel like I should revamp you. But it's just like there's so many other things that I need to do first. I'll get to you. I promise that I will get to you. You may be able to destroy all my power once or twice in the process, but I will get to you. So let's pull you like way out. So I don't know how big this thing is. I mean, we have water there, so that's where our hydro plants are going to go, right? Like where we make our purified water. And then like all of our flotation cells and our, I forget what they're called. Our crushers, there we go. So station, so we like, let's put the station here and then we can like jam the rest in there. I mean, there's no shame in taking space, but in this particular scenario, taking space means more potential things to repair. So there is a little bit of shame in doing that. Have you decided you're not doing that? Are the bots from the base going to do it? Is that what's going on? I didn't know there was some in the system. Is there seriously some in the system? I didn't automate that, did I? No, there's 3. Okay. Alright then, that's fine. I guess. So let's have you like go there. Okay. And we'll put you there. You need to connect. One lower. There we go. You're way too far. Now you're way too close. There we go. And now rail signals, which I do not have. All right, this is I'm starting to realize that I forgot a lot of things. You know, they revamped how the rail ghost print, is that the right word? Whatever. They've revamped how you like you can the rail planner. There we go. Those are the words I was looking for. They revamped the rail planners recently, and I gotta say I'm not a fan of them. It was supposed to make it more intuitive, but like I'm so accustomed to the old way that it's just like more of a hassle to me than anything else. Then again, I guess this is maybe why people are so adamant about using balancers. Everything's even. Yeah, okay, you're evenly in debt. That's good, I guess. I mean, why would you not start building the roof while the foundation isn't built yet? How could that possibly not make sense? I get it. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of other random things that... What the hell is this? Oh, ruins. Like, what pipes are coming out here? I brought no such thing out here. Oh, went too far. We're close? I feel like we should be close. Where did I say I want it? I said I don't want it, like, here, right? So that's gonna be the end of the line. Oh no! We're fine. Everything's fine. Okay. So what I'm thinking here is we'll have one train feed 2 different arrays. Because I feel like... Or is that a good idea? Or should I just have one wagon feed 1 array? But no, because like the way we set up the northern part, like the way we set up these guys, it takes a full red belt. So we have 4 red belts coming in. So that means 2 arrays. The thing is, I'm gonna want more iron. Alright, whatever, it's fine. We'll, I'm overthinking it a bit, I guess. How about we just build our iron first, see if, like, that's anywhere near the amount that we want. And then, from there, decide if we want to put another one. Yeah? That makes sense. That make all the sense. So you're taking off, you're doing this. What I'm going to have to put here is going to be a system that somehow purges it in the event that it gets contaminated. It's a system that I usually build on multiplayer maps. Or I used to build on multiplayer maps, like probably a year or so ago. And I've since then discontinued doing it. But with this particular mod pack, I feel like our belts might get contaminated every now and then if we're not paying too much. Or if we don't have like purge lines. So we need purge lines. This is ultimately what I'm getting at. Oh my god, multiplayer is like the worst when it comes to that. Like people will just like actively change stations because they're like, I like this train and I'm going to use it for this now. And you're like, but that's the coal train. And you've just sent it to the iron station, and they just like drop it there and leave, and you're like, what's wrong with you? And they're like, but I brought it to a station. Isn't that what I need to do with trains? Like, yeah, the dudes that were going to Chicago, they could just totally stop in Seattle. It's fine. Same place, right? Close enough. They're both in the United States. Might not be in the same state, but that's irrelevant. Alright, Nate67660. You're real cool and all, but I'm going to put you for a more Coyote-like train stop. So it's going to be... Saffrite? Just Saffrite. Is that how you write Saffrite? There's always like some hesitation with it. Saffrite. Oh, I put like 2 P's, didn't I? Sappherite? Saffrite. There we go. So you can't put any rail signals because I don't have any rail signals. That's fun. And I don't have any belts. Alright, apparently we're going back to base. Because I don't got much nothing. I don't got much of nothing. We're like halfway to... Is that all I did? Is that seriously all I did in like the last half hour? I just set up a mine? How slow am I? Oh my god. Why are you so bad, Coyote? Get going, bruh. Let's get rid of this rock. Looks too pretty. It looks so out of place with the rest. Looks like it's made out of a candy cane. Alright, I've running out of power real fast. So what I need, I don't need any more rails, so we can get rid of all this stone. I'm going to go to our mall, because that's where all the stuff is going to be. Oh, look at this, okay. So our iron ore is getting... Oh, it's buffered up. Well, look at that, and copper's completely stopped, because it backed up and we never fixed it. Of course. Alright, let's fix that before we end the episode. And I need to remember to go and grab stuff. Because I bet you I'm going to forget. Ah, it's coming in slowly? I don't know what that's about. I mean, if you can't... I guess it's processing the leftover stuff there. Alright, so ultimately we need to bypass this guy to go down here and plug into that. Or, even better, we have it come down and just go there. I mean, I don't know if that's really better, but that's what I'm going to be doing. So we're going to... It's fine. Give me like some red belts. Bring me red belts continuously, because I'm starting to realize that I need so many and I have so little. That's good. That's great. You're bringing the belts soon. Let's build our split. Our split's going to go right there. Is it coming? Oh, some red belts coming there. Okay, there we go. So that's going to be our underground. And he had to go charge up. Because he would have been too cool just bringing it straight down. And, okay, so the important thing is you prioritize over there. And then when that's full, you come over here. And then that means that we break the priority over here because you are no longer prioritizing the crushed stone from copper, because at the time there was no bypass for it. And now instead you're just going to be going down here. So we're going to prioritize making stone over everything else, and then whatever is left is going to get mineralized. I'm going to take a wild assumption and say that we probably don't have any stack inserters in the system. Nope, we do not. 5. Where's the 5th one? Oh. Okay then. You can bring me more iron? You don't have iron to bring me, do you? You can't place... Oh my god! Okay, fine. You want to do it the hard way? We'll do it the hard way. You get... I can't even get rid of it because the stone is even clear. Why have they not cleared it out of my inventory? Did I deconstruct something recently that they were just like going on crazy off of? No? Oh, they have iron now, so they're building this thing. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, one more. And then we'll dump all this. I have a hard time when I'm recording for Factorio, honestly, because it's always like, oh, just one more thing, it's just one more thing, it's just one more thing. Like I sit down, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna record one episode, and I end up recording like 5 or 6 of them, because I get so into it, and then I'm always like conflicted. I haven't done it, luckily. Well, I have done it for the last like the 3 previous episodes to this one, where I did it all in one day, but they weren't like back to back. I haven't done it too much in this series, given that we're like at episode 10. If I'm not mistaken. But in like some of the previous Let's Plays, I mean, it was like 5 or 6 episodes, right? And I think the episodes were shorter back then, like half an hour or so. So I was always like conflicted, like, do I release all of them today and then just record more tomorrow, or are you guys gonna get tired if you see 5 episodes in one day? It's hard decisions, man. It's hard decisions. You're prioritizing over there. It's great. You now have your stack inserters, which is extra great. You're good here. You're keeping up, which is excellent. Okay, we've unclogged copper, but at the end of the day, we're just like producing absolutely no copper. I wonder if... Does copper have like a crappy return too when it comes to just like doing the leaching plant step? Let's see. So you go from chunks, where... I have a feeling that you're probably not the same ratio. No, you're the same ratio. Okay. So you're making 3. No, sorry. You're making 3, so 1 every 2. And then you go to making... That's, what's that, 4? 4 and a... 4.5? 4.5. So obviously not the 50% increase that we need. Well, isn't that interesting? Okay, so we could completely cut out the leaching plant everywhere, and we just need a little bit of a bypass to get rid of some of the excess sulfur. I mean, we're going to be using a lot of sulfur later on for heat shielding and all that stuff, but I'm very happy that I ratioed that out. See, when I go back to the ratios, everything works fine. When you don't do the ratios, everything goes to shit. You start chasing the dragon, and you keep lying to yourself, and I don't like lying to myself. Okay, have you... I feel like I was doing something. I don't know that I actually was. No, I guess everything's done. Alright, If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider joining the Coyote Cabinet by hitting that sub button down there. We do also have a Discord. Lively bunch down there. And like I did mention over the course of the episode, which at the time of the release of the episode, it'll be the day after, so the Sunday that's coming. So that's that's the 9th, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the 9th of June, where we're going to be doing a Biter Battle Challenge against JD Play's channel. So I do need me some cheerleaders. So if you are interested in that, please join me on Twitch. The link is down below for the Twitch as well. Anyway, on that note, thanks so much for joining for this adventure, and I hope to see you for the next one.